Ladies and gentlemen, we have some very scary breaking news uh, today as it relates to the Department of Justice and the law that was just passed, and Nancy Pelosi and a district attorney recommending that California can arrest federal agents on state land for violating California's laws. In a new reporting, ladies and gentlemen, new press release, ladies and gentlemen, the U.S. Department of Justice writes, U.S. Department of Justice, Office of the Deputy Attorney General, Washington, D.C., 20530, October 23rd, 2025, which was yesterday, ladies and gentlemen. Honorary Gavin Newsom, Governor of California, 1021 O Street, Suite 9000, Sacramento, California, 95814. Honorable Rob Bonta, Attorney General of California, 1300 1 Street, Sacramento, California, 95814. Honorary Nancy Pelosi, U.S. Representative, California, 1236 Longworth, House Office Building, Washington, D.C., 20515. Honorary Brooke Jenkins, District Attorney, 350 Rhode Island Street, North Building, Suite 400 North, San Francisco, California, 94103. Ladies and gentlemen, their statement reads to the state of California, federal agents, officers, and prosecutors work tirelessly every day to advance the public safety mission set forth by President Trump and Attorney General Pam Bondi. Despite receiving no pay during this current government shutdown, well, you dumbasses, you can blame your political party, aka the Republicans, for shutting down the government. Federal agents and officers across all 4 federal districts in California continue to put themselves in harm's way to keep Americans safe. I will rebuke that statement. You guys are not making anybody safe whatsoever. So quit the waterworks and quit the lies. rather than supporting and working with federal law enforcement professionals. California politicians, including U.S. Representative Nancy Pelosi and San Francisco District Attorney Brooke Jenkins, have instead called for state and local law enforcement officials to arrest federal agents. They can do that. You guys are so stupid. You guys don't even know that federal agents can also be prosecuted. They, thankfully, legally do not enjoy bullshit illegal immunity like your guys' piece of shit 34 count felon of a boss does. Federal agents and officers for enforcing federal laws enacted by the U.S. Congress, including federal immigration laws. They're not wanting to arrest you guys for enacting federal law. It's if you guys violate state laws, you idiots. State laws, which means beating and harassing citizens like you guys always do, and using excessive force, you idiots. The Department of Justice views any arrests of federal agents and officers in the performance of their official duties as both illegal and futile. Numerous federal laws prohibit interfering with and impeding immigration or other law enforcement operations. See sections 8 United States Code 1324 IA 3 Harboring Aliens, 18 United States Code 111 AI Assaulting, resisting, or impeding federal officers, 18 United States Code 372 Conspiring to impede federal officers by force, intimidation, or threat, or to injure federal officers, United States 18 Code 1505 Obstructing proceeding. C. Pelosi says police may arrest federal agents who violate federal law. New York Times, October 22, 2025. And then she provides a link. And this is true, ladies and gentlemen, and accurate. She says only if they violate federal law, or state law, which means beating, harassing, and all that, in using proper reasons to make arrests, in a way. Continuing, ladies and gentlemen, the report goes on to say, before departments, agencies, or committees through threats or force further the supremacy clause of Article V of the United States Constitution precludes a federal officer from being held on a state criminal charge where the alleged crime arose during the performance of his federal duties. See Clifton v. Cox, 594, F2D, 722, 9th Circuit, 1977, citing in Re-Eagle 135 U.S. 1, 1890, the Department of Justice will investigate and prosecute any state or local official who violates these federal statutes or direct or conspires with them. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, others, to violate them. Accordingly, you are hereby directed to preserve all rights and electronic communications and records related to any attempts or effort to impede or obstruct federal law enforcement officials. We urge you and other California officials to publicly abandon this apparent criminal conspiracy to stop threatening law enforcement and to prioritize the safety of your citizens. In the meantime, federal agents and officers will continue. The statement concludes with to enforce federal law and will not be deterred by the threat of arrest by California authorities who have abdicated their duty to protect their constituents. However, Pam Bondi and Todd Blanche, you guys are getting this wrong. It's only if these federal pricks of you guys violate or harm any citizen or illegal or whatever or whoever in the process of making an arrest and break state law, such as the No Secret Police Act. Watch who you're talking to, Pam and Todd. You guys are not above the law, neither are your officers. Your officers can be prosecuted on state land, regardless of what you guys say. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for this legal breaking reporting video analysis update. If you want to make sure you're always up to date, please subscribe to my social medias. That'll be linked in the video description below. In the meantime, please stay safe, please stay positive, and I will look forward to talking to you guys in my next legal breaking reporting video analysis update. Please subscribe for more. Follow along for more legal breaking news that you need to know about. More to come soon.